Hello there, world of tankers, and welcome to the channel. I'm your host, Droodles Blitz, and in today's video, I'll be getting my hands on the Tentacussy camo for the Object 140. This tier 10 Soviet medium is an interesting one, because it's got some great strengths, but overall, it's definitely got some big weaknesses as well. To get your hands on this camo, you have to receive one Mastery Badge, Class 1 or higher. So that's what we're going to attempt to do here. We got 30 minutes to do so, which is equivalent to like 5, maybe 6 games. And yeah, we're gonna try our best in the Object 140 and see if we can get our hands on the camo. So what do we have up against us in this first game? Karo 45 ton, Hawk 12, Herdbreaker. Those are all pretty dangerous tanks, actually. See what we can do. Wow, wow, wow. I actually like this camo for the Object 140 as well, and I'm probably going to stick with this legendary camo, even if I get the other camo for this vehicle, just because I think this one looks better. But hey, listen, if you guys want the hentai camo, let me know in the chat if you're going to be running that as your primary camo. So we're going to start by moving into this bush here, and we're going to wait passively. We have the enemy Hawk 12 spotted. That player gets a shell into our standard B. Alright. With our team moving up fairly aggressive, I, too, will move up somewhat aggressive. Spotted the enemy Herdbreaker. And we're detected. Interesting. Okay. There's the E75. Are you kidding me? A 724 across the map from the 268. Are you serious? Wow, that's an amazing start. Actually, it's not the 268. That's a APCR shell. That is the Grill, taking 700 of my hit points away, I'm pretty sure. It could also be the 60 TP. Doesn't really make a difference. What it is very lame. That's what it is. That's so lame, bruh. I don't know what to do here. Because they have tank destroyers. Our T-54 is already mega bled. There you go. We got the enemy 60 detected. And aiming on the 60's lower plate. There you go. We do get a pen. Let's see. 60 turns its turret to the side. We get another shell. Okay. And we get another pen into the 60. Okay, we're bleeding them out. We're bleeding out the 60. We've taken 1,000 hit points off the enemy team now, which is pretty decent. Unfortunately, the E4 does bounce that shell. Still not entirely sure what to do here. Yep, we're spotted. I don't know where their TDs are. I keep saying it, but I seriously don't. Yep, there you go. There's the enemy Grill. Okay, so we can drive up, and there's the 268. So we actually did not get shot by the 268 or the Grill. It was indeed the 60 TP that shot me before. Okay, well, we're going to aim it on the Grill now. There's a nice 360. Unfortunately, I think I'm kind of screwed, guys. I definitely think I'm screwed. Let's see if I can... Yeah, no, I'm just cooked. Because, unfortunately, there's nothing I can do against the Karo. And the 60 TP is most likely going to just tap me. Oh, what are we doing, AIM? Oh, my God. Well, thank you, AMX. I don't have a choice to move up. That's my only play. Alright, well, we do get the clearance of that player, so that's good. And the Herdbreaker is not looking at me right now. So we can get an easy pen into the Herdbreaker's track. And then we can aim it again. Aim it on the Herdbreaker's lower plate and apparently bounce because it's got that stupid mid plate. Good shot there, AMX. It's just me versus the entire enemy team. And to be fair, we did do pretty good, everything considered, but unfortunately doing good doesn't make a difference when your team falls apart this quickly. There's a nice shell into the Karo, and we have the E75, which we also get a nice shell into for 300-ish damage. We have the Grill, which we are aiming in on, and our HE massively low rolls. That sucks. Alright, let's aim it on the E75. There you go. We did pretty good, 4,000 damage. And obviously we finished top on the team, but at the end of the day, when you're in on Object 140, you can't counter a Karo. You don't have gun depression to work the ridgeline. You have, what, 70 less alpha damage? And not only that, but your turret armor is just completely pointless. The 140 is a fun tank, and it is a vehicle that can do decent when you give it the opportunity to farm. Unfortunately, it is also completely balanced out by the fact that, as I said, you cannot counter certain mediums. There's nothing I could have done to that Karo on that ridgeline. I was fully dependent on my mediums to not fall apart immediately. Unfortunately, when they do, there's just not much you can do about it. So Oh well, first game down the drain, but at least we had a pretty good game in the 140. It is a very good showcase of where the DPM and accuracy of the 140 are very good. The gun is super nice on this tank. It's just unfortunate that the gun and mobility are really the only two strengths this tank has going for it. When it comes to the armor, it's not very good, and the gun depression is also not very good. I would have loved to have seen Wargaming give this thing a big gun depression buff, because I feel like it could definitely have an additional 2 degrees of gun depression. But what do you guys think? Either way, we got a T62A, which is not a great medium, but it's like king of mid on our team. Either way, we're going to move up here, and we're going to get into this bush in front of me. Alright, there you go. Our 62 is playing fairly aggressive, actually. I mean, I'll move up. They only have 2 mediums, and neither of them are necessarily scary. So, we'll chill here. There's an enemy WZ. There's a leopard, okay. Wonder if we can hit the 132 one from here. There you go, nice. 296 into the 132 one. We do have the E4, which we get an easy pen into the lower plate of. And we're going to aim it on the E4's lower plate again. Get a second pen. We're going to aim it on the lower plate of the E4 again. Get a third pen, and that's pretty good damage there. That's a pretty solid chunk of that E4 taken away. Alright, not bad. We have the E5 in mid, who's fighting the concept, and we got the WZ-132-1 on the flank. The E4 is obviously a pretty scary vehicle, and I definitely don't want to, like, overexpose and put myself in a position where that E4 can kind of just, like, nuke me. So that's definitely something to think about. But at the same time, right now, we're going to drive over, aiming on the side of the enemy leopard, and get a pretty nasty shell into that player. And then we're going to keep going. We're going to get a nice clearing shell into that tank. We do have the E4, which is a big threat, but nice high explosive to the rear of the WZ. And we're going to aim in again. There's a 513 into that player. And now we need to start leaving, which we do get another pen into the WZ. It's pretty good stuff. Let's aim in again. There you go. Nice clear. And we're actually doing okay so far. We have the enemy 268 over here. 60 TP's trying to roll off behind me, so we're going to see if we can get some damage into... Okay. Unfortunately, once again, the gun on this tank, while it is nice, does not really do any damage, and, well, that 268 just won that trade big time. Thankfully, we do out-reload the 268, so we are able to get a second pen out. I have a decision to make, and that decision is going to be driving... Oh, yeah, buddy! 795! Thanks, Wargaming! What's the alpha on the 268? 690, and he rolls 795 on me? What was it? Wow. That's crazy. So my options were stay still, let the 60 TP roll behind me, and then die because the 268 probably would have killed me, or drive over the ridge, trade the shell to 268 and kill him, and then ring around the rosy with the 268. But no. How dare I use my average RNG and think that I can get, not even lucky, just average. 790 is what that 268 rolled me for, with a 690 alpha. That is insane. Wow. Thank you, Wargaming. Thank you so much. Either way, this game has a potential chance of winning, but not when our 60 TP is firing high explosive at the enemy 60 TP. We do have a pretty healthy Rhino, though. I think that the chance of us losing this game are pretty low. 268's a one-shot, and the Rhino is very healthy, so as long as the Rhino makes a pretty average play here and digs up on the 60, and the WZ also makes an aggressive play, I think we should win. Do I think I'm going to get any ace or first class in the 140? I guess we'll have to find out, but Rhino gets shot, but does shoot the 60 TP in return. 268 rolls 737, another high roll from that player. And let's see. What are we aiming at, WZ? Evidently nothing. 268 is trying to push the Rhino, and yeah, this is not a great job from our team. But the good news is that the 268 just shot, so as long as our Rhino can get to the rear of this player, there you go, we did get a win. This is a really annoying game, though, because I easily could have gotten a first class, and it's still potentially possible that we did get a first class, but the fact that I got screwed over due to a high roll is just my luck. Let's take a look at the post-game results here. We did 3,960 damage, and it's a second class. There you go. There it is. I cannot believe that. The 268 rolled me 794. That's amazing, Wargaming. Thank you so much. Alright, well, we did another 4,000 damage game. So that's not bad. And to be fair, the 140 was not at fault at all for what happened in that game. The 140 did a good job. I was able to deal with the WZ-132-1 by loading high explosive. We took out the Leopard 1. We bled out the E4. And we were doing fine against the 268. So really, nothing about the 140 was at fault there. It was simply that Wargaming didn't want me to have fun, I guess. I just wish, where's that luck for me? I mean, you know, you'll probably see somebody go into the comments and say, oh, well, you Maxwell the WZ. But I still had to kill him with 134 health left, so that Maxwell didn't mean anything. I still had to fire another clearing shot. Either way, let's move up. And there you go, we got the 30B in mid. And if the 30B's in mid, then that gives me the thought process that, oh, there you go. Oh, yeah, gotta love the accuracy sometimes. See if that 30B's still there. Okay, it is, but our shell is not. Will that 30B poke again? That's the question of the century. We do have the Contra Caro at least. Got the Sheridan there. Nice. Easy shot into the Sheridan. We back up before they're able to hit me. WZ pokes. Oh, and we got a 7.52 over here. Great, 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 great. Well, we hit the 7.52 once, which is decent, I guess. Missed that shell. 7.52 misses. You gonna poke it again? There you go, nice. This is why I run calibrated shells on my mediums, by the way. Because guess what? In this type of game here, calibrated shells is a big advantage. Nice shell into the Kampfpanzer. Alright, we're up to 1100 damage, which isn't too bad. Let's see if the 7.52 backs up. There you go. Nice shot into the 7.52. And just like that, we are doing okay. The enemy 7.52 is pretty much done. And we're going to move up ourselves. See if we can get some damage into the 30B. There you go. Nice 355. Put on my adrenaline. Really 7.52? Did you really think that that was going to be a good play? Trying so hard to find a... Oh, and then he backs up anyway. Come on, reload. 3, 2, 1. Boom. There you go. Nice clearance to the enemy Sheridan. And then... There you go. Nice clearance to the 30B. We're getting a lot of kills this game. We're up to 3 so far. And that's obviously pretty nice because... okay, got the SU-122 back there. But the more kills we manage to rack up, the more XP we get. So... Ow. I'm going to reload. Come on, SU. Poke it again. Do it. Poke it. Come on. Or don't. Or just run away. Wow, we missed that. It's pretty tragic. Well, we're up to 3,000 damage. We've gotten 3 kills. And I don't think we're going to get any more damage into the SU. Oh, I was so close to getting it out. But unfortunately, we didn't get it. I don't think this will be a first class either. It might be. We did win. I did live. And I did get 3 kills and a decent amount of damage. So it's possible. But we'll see. Let's take a look. And... Nope, third class, brother. Oh well. How much time do we have? 15 minutes. We've gone through half our allotted time. I would say realistically to get a first class on this vehicle, we're going to have to deal about 3,000 damage. Which, or not 3,000, 5,000, sorry. My brain blanked there. Yeah, about 5,000 damage. If we'd been able to get the kill on that SU, it's possible. But I was just trying to get as many kills as I could in that game. Alright. Well, here we are, up against us. Another Caro. Incredible. T92E1. Really fun. And a Centurion 7-1. Okay. Well, we'll see what we can do. I don't really know if we'll get the camo, to be honest. And it's not like I'm doing bad. It's just, as I said, that game that we had the opportunity of getting it, we got screwed over. Okay. Let's move this way. And we're going to go up the bridge. Nice. Okay. Nice. Ooh, look at that. 250 roll. That's an absolute juicer. I can pen the concept. Okay. He's just going to slam me in return right through the turret because this tank has absolutely useless turret armor. Whoa. We do hatch the concept, though, which is pretty nice. Well, now we sit here and do nothing for the rest of time. I'm getting out. There's no way I'm... Okay. Okay. Nice, at least we get the shell into that guy. There's no way I'm trying to hold this. It's not happening. Game already looks cooked as it is. I'm going to try and go wide and hope that the concept isn't fast. Okay. That's my bad on driving there. But, okay. Fun, 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 fun. Let's see, we got the Błyskawica. It's aiming on the Type 68. Boom. There you go. A nice 359 into the Type. Got the T92E1. Okay, and he just insta-slams that into me. That's my favorite part. How you don't even need to aim. You can just insta-snap a shell into my tank, pen me, and basically take me out of the game. That's so fun. I love the T92E1. It's such a good tank for Blitz. Yeah, that's good for the game. Alright, well, our E50M is dead. I'm basically dead because of a 92. And, yeah, that's about it. That's all she wrote. I'm not really sure what else to say. It doesn't really matter what I do either. See if I can maybe support my Waffenflieger. Can't pen the Centurion. We're spotted, of course. Yeah, fall back where, dude? Where would you like me to fall back to? There's nowhere to go. Our whole team sucks. Apparently I'm spotted from something. Maybe I can kill the Caro. There we go. Nice shell into the enemy there. It's pretty good at least. We have the 704 who appears like they're going to roll around the corner. And we do get a nice shell into the 704. Unfortunately, the 704 isn't the problem. It's the Caro. Yep. Nothing I can do. I knew the Caro was going to be a problem, but again, there's nothing I can do about it. It's got more alpha than me. I would have had to require 2 shells to kill the Caro. The 704 probably would have rolled around the corner. The grill is cooked anyway, and all that leaves us with is the Type 68. Isn't Blitz fun, guys? It's enjoyable. Every single game you play is either up against a Caro or some sort of cringe medium, and again, you're in a 140. What do you do against even a T92E1 and an Object 140? Well, we did 2,000 damage, which was still pretty decent for our team, but oh well. I don't really like the 140, I'm going to be honest. It's not a tank that I've ever cared about, because it doesn't have any values that stand out to me. It doesn't have great mobility. And you might say, oh, well, it goes 16, it's got a great power to weight. And sure, it does, but you know what? The Leopard 1 is flat faster than the 140. The CS63 is flat faster than the Object 140. And not only that, the CS63 and Leopard arguably feature better guns. They have much more alpha damage, which means that trading is better. The mobility is... It's just like... What advantage does the 140 have over the Leopard? And I don't really think there's any advantage. Maybe camouflage, but at that point, just drive a T100 LT. It's just really confusing to me why you would ever drive this tank when there's other options that exist. And you're seeing that. The moment things go south, this tank just sucks. And that's the problem. It can do great when you get the opportunity to farm, but so can every single other medium in the game. The moment things don't go great for this tank, it just falls apart completely, because you have no hull armor, no turret armor, your mobility is just slightly above average compared to the other mediums. But enough complaining. Let's try another game. I don't know if we're actually going to get our hands on this camo, and it's pretty sad, but oh well. Oh, there you go, we're spotted, and we did make it across. It's because the Rheinmetall Panzerwagen in mid that detected us. Okay, that misses. The funny part is I literally can't do anything about that 30B, because the 30B just has better turret armor than me. Bounce the hatch, makes sense. Okay. What's going on here? Not seeing a Rheinmetall. Aiming in on the 30B's rear. Boom. 394 high explosive. That's pretty good. Okay. Can't spot the light tank that is 200 meters away. Makes sense. That's lovely. I love that I can't spot that. Okay. And then the bat chat's in mid shooting me. It's really fun. Okay. So are Rheinmetall still over here? Maybe. Maybe not. I don't know. There's the 268. We got a pen into that player. Put on our adrenaline. We got the grill, which we do bait, so that's nice. Aiming it on the 268 again. Oh, okay. Alright, we'll just bounce that. Makes sense. Let's aim it on the 268. There you go. We got the KPZ in the back, which we do get a nice shell into. Oh, the KPZ pens that right through my turret. Right through the roof of the turret. Just doesn't even care. Wow, I really love this tank, guys. It's so fun to drive a vehicle where you get penned in the roof by a tier 9 heavy with APCR standard. That's the reality that we're living in right now. Alright, well, let's see if we can get some damage into the 268. There you go. Nice clearing shell. We're up to 2,200 damage so far, which I guess is something. There's one pen. And let's reload again. 2 pens. There you go. We get a fire. That's pretty good. Can aim it on the 30B. And we can get the clearing shell, which will give me another kill. And then we can push the Rheinmetall Panzerwagen, which will give me... Oh, spun out. There you go. Another kill. That's 3,336 damage. 3 kills. And we did a little bit of assistance. Will this be enough to get a first class? Probably not. It'll probably be a second class. Let's see. And, yep, it is a second class. Unfortunate. We did good again. We got 7 minutes left, so that's enough time for, realistically, 2 games. I don't know. I don't know what more I could be doing in really any of these games we're playing here. It's a real bummer. And as I said, the one game that we had the easiest opportunity to get that first class and ace, we got stripped away from us because the 268 high rolled. So, oh well. I can't really say I've done anything bad, though, in these games. We've been averaging easily over 3,000 damage. We've only had one game that was under 3k. Every other game we've done over 3k. Every other game, at every opportunity, I have gone for kills, which give you more XP. It's just, sometimes the matchmaker doesn't give you the opportunity to do well. I don't like when Wargaming does quests like this. It's not good for the game, because they're forcing you to have good RNG is basically what they're doing. I don't have a problem with Wargaming wants to release a quest for like a premium tank that you can try and get your hands on. That I don't have a problem with. But if Wargaming wants to release a quest for a camo, and they want to make it so you have to like ace the tank to get the camo, you're just gatekeeping even skilled players like myself. And this is on my press account, so I don't really care. But you're still gatekeeping skilled players because you have to hope for a team that allows you to farm. You have to hope that you don't get bad RNG or luck. It's a whole thing, right? Now we got the AMX 50B crossing. We have the Sheridan, who gets a shell into my teammate. There's a nice shell into the 50B. Okay. Let's put on my adrenaline. Let's get the nice shell into the Sheridan. Okay. So far, we're doing all right. Let's see if this 50B... I don't think they're going to poke it, but you never know. Okay, anybody here? There's the BZ-75, which we do get a nice pen into. Okay. As long as I can bleed out the enemy, that's all that matters. We're up to 970 damage so far. Okay. There you go. BZ gets shot. Nice shell myself into the enemy. 50B's making a really aggressive play. Aiming on the Foch. There you go. Nice chunk of damage there. Okay. Let's see if we can hit the 50B. Is he gonna go for it? No? Oh, there's the 50B. Okay, nice. Easy shell. Nice. Another easy shell into the BZ-75 right there. BZ shoots. I'm going to move up now. That E100 covering me is actually a big help because it gives me the ability to kind of sit here and try and deal some damage. So let's aim in one shell on you. Okay. Fringe. Let's see, we got the 50B in mid. We have the E50M over there. Do get a nice shell into the 50 once. And... Nice. There you go. Easy shell into you. Okay, we got the Foch, who we do get a nice pen into. There you go. Another nice shell into the Foch. Okay. That's insane. That's actually insane, dude. I hate this frickin' game so much. And now we're cooked because of that. We got the lion. Okay. There you go. Another amazing shot there. I screwed up on the Foch. I like this Foch just talking trash, as he literally didn't even do anything good. If this E100 had just pushed up and supported me, it would have been a very, very easy win. It really would have. But unfortunately, he didn't. And then the lion just went right through my turret again because the armor on this tank doesn't work. Would it have been winnable? Potentially. 3,800 damage. Yeah, I screwed up that shell on the Foch. I do find it funny, though, that Foch is talking trash as he's a 46%er. Well, there you go. We did not get the legendary camo for the tank. I screwed up that last game. I'll fully admit it, because I'm playing under pressure here, and I'm trying to get as many kills as I possibly can. But yeah, this was really annoying. Every game we played, we did good. Every single game. We did 3,800 damage, 3,300 damage, 3,050 damage, 3,900, and 4,005. And as I said, the one game that we had the opportunity of doing it, Wargaming screwed us out of it. So, oh well. Hopefully you enjoyed today's video. There's 2 minutes left, and it doesn't matter if we go into another game because the quest will expire before we finish it. I don't like when Wargaming does quests like this, because what it does is it not only forces you to be stressed, like that last game, as I said, I kind of screwed that up because I was just trying to rip out as much damage as I could, and I screwed up that gameplay. But the thing is that it's just dumb when you have a quest like this. It should be like a day. You have 24 hours to get a first class or an ace in the vehicle. Because when you're given 30 minutes, half of which is queue time to do this, I mean, you guys saw, I had all good games, but unfortunately it doesn't mean anything when your team sucks in half the battles that you play, and the other half of the games you play, you just don't have the opportunity to get out damaged due to the steamroll nature that we're currently sitting in. So, oh well. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. I'll see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.